I was just live a few minutes ago and the topic came up of books because they see my books in the background, and that just triggered a whole conversation about books and journaling and things like that. So the reason that I'm making this video is because there was someone in the comments who I was saying that everybody should journal, that I think journaling would be a good outlet. And I was telling them about a little bit about the two journals that I created. And there was a man in the comments who said that journaling wasn't for men, and he said that he thought that that was too emotional. And honestly, I think that him feeling that way is the reason that men should journal and men should seek therapy and seek outlets and have safe places to express themselves. Because I've said this before, every time we talk about healing and growth and breaking generational curses and things like that, doing shadow work, people always only associate that with women. But men need help in those areas as well. And I think the problem is, and this is why I told him to DM me, and I hope that he does, because I really want to send him my shadow work journal for the generational curse breaker. I really want to send him that journal because I think that it will help him. Even if he doesn't, use it or write in it, he'll at least have an idea of where I'm going with this. So then things will make more sense to him, as far as why I feel like it's okay for men to journal. A lot of men, our brothers, our fathers, our uncles, our friends, they never had a safe place. They never had a safe place, and they were taught not to show emotion. Um, and I think that that's a real problem because that's why we see so many men going crazy. That's why we see so many men self-destruct and self-harm, because they don't have any type of outlets, because the world conditions them to believe that you should not be emotional. I mean, writing in a journal, that's your journal that nobody else will see but you, should never feel like that's too emotional. And I know that he's not the only uh, guy that feels that way. And I just want to say that I think that, those ways of thinking, you thinking that something is too feminine or emotional, something that can help you heal, um, you never know. Like, journaling or writing things down may help you open up and heal parts of you that you didn't even know you needed healing in. And that's the reason that I actually created my shadow work journal, for the generational curse breaker. And I made sure to add for the generational curse breaker because once you run into my journal, in my mind, you're going to use this journal to break those ways of thinking. You're going to use this journal to break generational curses and to be that one person who changes the narrative in your bloodline. And I encourage all men, if you have somewhere that you feel comfortable sharing, or if you need to go to therapy, or if you need to invest in a journal, or even just a notebook, and write down your feelings and write down your thoughts, and not just write them down, but come up with a solution and a plan for how you're going to either change your situation or change your way of thinking. And don't just do it with you in mind. When you do it, think about your nieces and nephews. Think about your kids. Think about the generations after you, even the ones that you may not get to meet. Because we all know how hard life is. And me personally, I don't want any of my little cousins, siblings, nieces, and nephews, I don't want them to experience none of the pain and the hurt and the trauma that I've experienced. I don't want them to have to hold on to so much to where it destroys them internally how it did to me. So, if you're a man, don't ever think that writing in a journal or going to therapy or talking or expressing yourself in any way is emotional or feminine, because we all need that.